Welcome back to the number one podcast in Australia. I know you missed us, a bit of a late one this week.
Yeah, so it's a Friday record, normally record on a Wednesday. I am terminally ill. You can probably hear it in my voice.
You have 1 foot in the grave right now.
Yes, I sound like a squeaker as well. The tone of my voice drops, I don't know, a few decibels. Oh, what's the tone? I don't know. Well, I sound like a squeaker, I sound like Raj, so...
It's not been your week though, has it? So what, dealing with this sickness, lose your fucking credit card?
Lose my credit card, which I checked the bank account a few days, like I didn't want to, I thought it might just pop out, like I checked all my bags and shit like that, and I thought it might just pop out, check the car, and then I was just waiting for someone to spend like $1,000 buying a TV. Oh no, I don't know what the actual, I think you can spend up to like $200 I think before you have to start putting
PayPals? Yeah, I don't know, what is that now?
I think it's about 200.
But it's often a user basically.
Yeah, right.
Is it?
I'm like, sorry. I said it so they could spend.
Did it come back up, or you like getting a new card?
Yes, I ordered a new card, but it might be delivered to my old address, which is in Melbourne, so I might be screwed. I don't know yet. I did change it, but hopefully they didn't process it before.
There was one time where I was like blind drunk at Bar One with a good mate Jeremy, and so we were at Bar One, and some of the people we were at Bar One with were outside, and I went over to go say hi. Sorry, they weren't with us, but like I'd seen them, like I know them, so I went to go say hi, and we go over. Jeremy follows, and we're talking, and then like I pat my pants, and I'm like,
that's the worst feeling when
where's my wallet?
Drops,
yeah, I was like, where's my wallet? I was like, fuck. And so there's a kebab shop outside of Bar One, so I go to the kebab shop. Hey, has anyone handed in a wallet? It's a slim chance, right? And they say nah, and I'm thinking I don't really give a fuck at this stage because I'm like I don't care. I'm so drunk. I was like, I'll deal with this tomorrow. Jeremy grabs my phone, uses my Face ID for my lock and my bank account, and then disables my card for me, right? He's like, I'm gonna save you all this trouble.
Very nice guy.
Like, I'm gonna cancel your card. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're like, time to go back into Bar One. And I was like, last Hail Mary effort, I'll ask the Bar One security if it turns up.
Like at the front or?
Yeah, like at the front. And you know the guy, the guy with the shaved head. And I go, has anyone handed in a wallet? And he goes, what's your name? And I said, Dylan. And he's like, last name? I was like, Ross. And so he goes, wait here.
The most whitest name ever.
Walks inside, comes back out, and he's got my wallet. And I was like, that's fucking sick. I was like, this is such a blessing. I got my wallet back. Until I went to go pay with my card, and the card's cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jeremy just cancelled.
And it doesn't come back for a while.
So I was without a card for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, legit. And that's my problem now. I went into like 2 supermarkets, and I walk in, I'm like, fuck, I've just forgotten. Like, I need cash now.
Yeah.
And no one carries cash anymore. Like, I might be the only one that doesn't, but barely carry cash. So I just waste my time going and shopping, and I'm like, let's hope I have like $20 in the car, because that's my only money for 2 weeks.
Who are you with?
Hey?
Who are you with? Like what bank?
P&N Bank, actually.
P&N?
Yeah.
That's a very random one.
Police and Nurse Bank. Great,
is that actually what it stands for?
Yeah, it's a great bank.
Good interest rates? Recommend?
No. I don't have enough money to have any good interest rate. like 3 cents per month. I'm like, thanks, that's gonna straight to my house.
Who knew that it would take 12 episodes for us to start talking about financials and interest rates?
So
but I mean, you're a billionaire. You were calling out LeBron for how small time he is. LeBron, for anyone that doesn't know, is the first active NBA player to become a billionaire.
Great.
Which is nothing for Drew.
No, it's not. It's like 0.1 maybe of what I actually earn. But I just wanted to congratulate him because.
And he was a nice message. Welcome to the club of.
Yeah. Justin also replied to him. Like, thanks, man. Like, he was saying welcome to. He's like, it's nice that there's another member in the billionaire club. That there's not many of us out there. So anyway, roll the intro.
Big week in sport. NBA finals started this week. Don't know if you paid attention. It actually started today. Celtics getting.
That's why we record late, because we just want to. We'll do predictions. But obviously we know what the first result is. The Golden State Warriors went down.
Surprisingly, I'm sitting at work and I was like, I think the game's today. So I Googled NBA. I was thinking Warriors have to have.
I did that yesterday.
A 10-point lead, and they're losing. And I was like, the fuck is this? And this is like halftime. And I was like, the Warriors will come back out.
They did come back, didn't they?
They did. So in the third quarter, they started winning, and then in the fourth quarter, Boston just couldn't miss.
Yeah, well, you know how much I love my NBA, I know it all. I checked yesterday because actually I do kind of watch the finals because it is a little bit exciting.
Yeah.
I don't watch like regular games just because I know, and I get so frustrated. It's like, I guess a viewer that doesn't really watch that basketball that much, but it's the just the ads in between, like on the timeouts. I just can't. I just don't want to.
Especially the NBA is so many timeouts. Like
In
the
that
last
last
minute,
quarter,
it takes like 10 minutes to do a minute of play.
I know, and it's like it's suspenseful, yeah, but I just can't be asked in there. But I did see there's some stat, and I don't really know the lingo, but like, there's obviously the Western Conference, which is the Golden State's conference, and I saw a stat where they're like 16-0 or like 13-0. For the Western Conference like finals, but that was last week, right? And I'm pretty sure that must just only count their home games. So the stat was that they've never lost, I guess, at home in the Western Conference final.
I believe that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a stat that...
Have they?
They won 4-2 against the Mavs. I think they would have lost to the Mavs one game at home.
How long ago?
This year.
No, but
in the Western Conference
final. So only the game, yeah. So I feel like that's a cool stat, and I feel like Raj looked at that and put like all of his money on Golden State to win.
But I don't know if you know this stat. The Celtics have the best record against the Warriors of any other team in the NBA.
Damn, so far, yeah. So
if there's anyone to beat the Warriors, it would be the Celtics.
Is that all out of all time like stats, or is that just this year?
I think it's recent, like since like 20-something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like recent. That's still recent. It's
the stats that you want. Unlike Raj's stats from 10 years ago. These are the stats that you
in
need.
1997, they did it 4 times. So we love that. Any predictions? Well, we obviously know the first game.
Who do you have? I've got the Celtics winning it.
Did you have that before today?
So at the start of the playoffs, I wanted my man D-Book and Chris Paul to get the ring.
Yeah.
After they got knocked out, I didn't really have this is the team I want to win it. But if anyone was going to win, I really like Jason Tatum as a player.
And good bloke.
I don't want to see, like, Steph Curry is one of the best point guards of all time, one of the best players of all time, but I don't want to see him win another fucking ring. All right, I want to see Jason Tatum, what's his name, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown get there first.
The time ball.
Yeah, I want to see Peyton Pritchard. Fuck yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. I got a bad vibe against like Celtics. I don't know why.
I get that as well. I hate playing them on 2K because this is gonna sound like this is my level of thinking. If I get drafted by the Celtics on 2K, I'll start a new career because I don't like their home court is crazy yellow. Do you know that? Like, yeah, you see it. Yes. It is. Yeah. It's so yellow, and I can't play it. I'm like, I don't want to play the game on this yellow ass court. Yeah. So I'll never play.
Do you play in Brooklyn? Like, it's just grayscale, bro. Like,
I can deal with that. I used to play for Brooklyn, but
I find that so trippy. Like playing 2K for the first time, like, I don't know, 2016, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why have I got this grayscale on? And like the whole arena just looks grey. Like, even people look grey. But no, it's just a cool.
Don't the Pistons have a grey court as well now for their alternate jerseys?
For Motor City,
yeah. Oh, actually, another news in NBA. Magic got number 1 pick. Let's go. We're about to come back to.
That's actually crazy. You got the number 1 pick. I got the number 2 pick. So it's gonna be crazy times.
Hopefully we do alright.
Hopefully the Magic don't pick up. Who do you want them to pick up? Do you know any of the upcoming draft prospects?
Tell me the 3 names, and there's one guy out of it.
Chet Holmgren.
Say the 3 names.
Okay, so Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith.
Yeah.
So those are the 3. So Chet is heavily linked with Orlando.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Thunder, I'm leaning. I want Paolo Banchero.
Chet.
Yeah. So.
Is there any Aussies? Any Aussies I might get?
Luke Travers potentially. He's the only guy that got invited to the G League.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
You know what the fun fact about that? My cousin is like good friends with.
Yeah, right. I know Luke Jackson and him were best buddies as well because I think they're the same age and like played. Or Luke Jackson has a basketball background and so I think they're best buddies as well. But that'd be pretty cool because he was obviously at Wildcats.
Yeah.
There's another guy that.
So it's I'm gonna go through. So basically, Chet Holmgren, he's like an anomaly. He's 7'. He can.
7'1".
He's 7'1". He can dribble. He can shoot. And he's like, he's been hyped up since high school. You know what I mean? Like people have known about him since high school. He did his 1 year formality in college, and then now he's looking to be drafted. Right? He's one of those type of players. Banchero, he was obviously he's good, but I feel like there wasn't too much. There wasn't there wasn't too much hype around him until kind of Duke started picking up that run of form throughout March Madness, and Coach K was also saying like this is one of the best players I've ever coached. He's a legendary college coach. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah.
But then I don't really know too much about Jabari Smith. Like apparently Lev was saying he had a good college season, but I don't really.
Would you honestly? I would trade away the first pick for Stephen Curry, bro. Because we need a shooter.
Yeah, but you gotta get the Warriors to accept that.
Yeah, without taking a one pick, surely they would. No, but honestly, yeah, we need a shoot. Like we need someone that can just drill anything.
Yeah, you need a shoot, but then also, but I feel like with the number one pick, you kind of have to go with the best available on the board. Yeah. And I feel like Chet would probably either Chet or Paolo would probably be those two.
We've got so many young guns that like have so much like potential. It's actually insane. Because last year we picked up two guys. There's twins. There's like a Wagner. There's like, is it Franz Wagner?
There's Franz and Mo Wagner. Mo plays for Washington. He used to play for Washington.
Yes, and Franz plays for
Magic.
Yeah, and he did really well last year. He kind of impressed me, and like I'm someone that doesn't really watch it that much. So if we start doing well, you never know. I might be able to play off next year. Watching my boys Magic. There's a Rebel. There's a jersey that I really want at Rebel at the moment. I'm like, I really want that. I'm like, I just need to save up. I'm like, do I deserve it? Yeah, it's Orlando. And I'm like, do I really deserve this shit team? And I wore Lakers jersey at work yesterday, and someone started like talking about Lakers, like, well, how's your season, man? And I'm like, oh fuck, I know nothing. I know nothing. No, actually, I knew Westbrook moved there. I knew we had a shit season. I'm like, yeah, man, that Westbrook shit, bro. We sucked.
What jersey? What Magic jersey is it?
It's Penny
Hardaway.
Oh, that'd be a hard one.
And
is it the black with pinstripe?
No, it's blue and it's like just
right.
But yeah, it's like a vintage one. It is nice.
Magic has one of the ugliest alternate jerseys though. Have you seen it? The brown, like they're like orange.
Yeah, nah.
They're so disgusting.
It's like Chelsea. They have kind of similar colours with Chelsea. They do. Yeah. Sometimes they wear the orange and black, and then sometimes they're like the predominantly like the blue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In other NBA news as well, I don't know how much
That's the
Jabari Smith
draft as of 3 days ago.
I want Chet, bro. I actually really badly want Chet, so I hope you guys don't take him. But I'll be happy with Paolo.
Wait, so who we have?
So they reckon they're going to take Jabari Smith with the number one. So he's the other guy I was telling you about. He's
the third guy that you're talking.
Yeah, like they're all like you could.
I thought you wanted the other guy.
All of them could be big. So I either want Chet or Paolo. I don't want Jabari because Jabari wouldn't fit into our team, whereas Chet can play. We have a power forward that we can push the center to play Chet, or we can also do the same with Paolo. But any of those three should be big. But in other NBA news, owner of Nike, Phil Knight, made a formal bid to buy the Blazers today. So a $2 billion bid to buy the Blazers, and guess what the Blazers said?
No.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
They said we're not for sale.
Well, it's because Damien's in Melbourne at the moment, so
Bro, Damian Lillard does anything but leave the Trailblazers. Bro, go win a fucking ring. Alright, who gives a fuck about Kambosos, man?
Loyal, man?
Bro, do something.
Maybe Pavlich of the
people Damian Lillard is sick. He hit the shot on Paul George. He's such a fucking good shooter, but he hasn't done anything. If you look at his career, if you look at the awards that he's won from when he started to now, what's he done?
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Couple All-Stars.
Ben Simmons.
Bro, do something. That's literally Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I know.
So you're trying to say Damian Lillard's better than Ben Simmons, but both of them have the same resume.
I mean, how old is he now? He's getting pretty old.
He's 31.
31, so he's got.
He's made didn't he sign a long-term contract, and he said that he's down to stay in Portland.
How old's Harden?
Isn't he like 31 something? Like 32?
He'd be drafted in 09.
Harden's another guy that I don't like. If you really want to get me started, because he's like a habitual quitter.
Harden is 32.
Like he does. He bounces around. He couldn't win it in Houston. So then he went to Brooklyn, became stacked in Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie. I don't know how you walk out on that team. And then he goes goes to Philly, and he doesn't do shit in Philly either.
That team is an all-time fail, I reckon. That Brooklyn team, like how they did not win anything. Yeah. Same in part, like you would have thought. I don't know. What's your thoughts on Lakers this year? Like obviously the guy asked me at work, but to be fair, they're all old players. So like, did you ever see that I was going to work when they got Westbrook?
No. So as soon as they got Westbrook, I was thinking because. So, I don't know, do you know who Buddy Hield is?
No.
So, Buddy Hield plays for the Kings. Kings are a poverty franchise, right? He's a great shooter, like exactly what the Lakers needed. And Buddy Hield was trying to leave Sacramento, right? So, it was to the point where the Lakers had a deal worked out to trade for Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
But GM LeBron wanted his friend Westbrook to be like to play with him, right? So instead of chasing the piece that they needed and probably would have helped them get to the playoffs, because all the Lakers need that shooter. None of them are like a consistent shooter like that, right?
Yeah.
So instead of picking up that piece, they went for Westbrook, who's another ball dominant guard who drives in. And, like I didn't see it working unless they had added shooters, which they just didn't do. I think hopefully, like if they were smart, they'd get rid of some pieces and try to get some shooters.
Are they looking to
they've got to do something because people aren't too happy when they're not. And I think LeBron would 100% leave if they don't make playoffs again. He's getting to the end of his career and he's 100% chasing rings. You'd have to think.
Yeah. Well,
so
is he won the most out of anyone?
No, he's on 4 out of 8, 4 out of 7,
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
Well, I guess I think when you're going up against Golden State team, that's pretty hard.
That's why I don't like using the ring debate against LeBron. Like people say Jordan went to the finals 6 times, won it 6 times, but I think personally, going to the finals 8 times in a row, is 8 times in a row, yeah? Going to the finals 8 times in a row, even though he lost some of them, if you look at the teams that he was going against, and all the time he wasn't necessarily on a sacked team. He took that shitty Cleveland team, Big Z, as the second best player to the finals.
4-1. I've done 4-1. Oh no, 3. Was it 3-1? No, it was 3.
Oh,
3-1 down.
That was 2016 now. So this was like at the start of LeBron's career. He took him to the finals with a shit team, right? And he's always found a way to get to the finals. And in the finals, but when you're going against Golden State, Steph Curry, KD, Draymond, Klay Thompson, and it's LeBron and Kyrie, it's a bit hard. So, but like after watching that Game 7 2016, Kyrie hit the shot, but once like that LeBron block, that's when I was like, this really is like, I'm blessed to be able to watch the greatest like basketball player of all time, all round basketball player of all time. You can say Jordan was a better scorer or whatever, but all round thingy.
Lots of people, I think lots of people would disagree. There's lots of LeBron haters out there, so
people think that's the thing. People don't think Jordan's better. They just hate LeBron, and that's what the thing is. If they took all the LeBron like activism shit out, it's like we're talking to our friend Sad. We won't call him out or anything like that. I was talking to him the other day, right? And like he's so like blinded by the hate for LeBron's like activism and shit like that. He won't like appreciate the. Like, it sounds kind of gay, like to appreciate the greatness, but it is like you have to, right? But because LeBron does like the I Promise School, he's BLM and shit like that, and he's like, LeBron's a privileged black guy. He's never faced racism in his life. Ever since high school, he's been touted to be the best. And he's in the NBA, and he's saying shit like that. And I was like, but if you look at it, like obviously he's going to put on for his community and shit like that, and like just because he does that off the court, you can't use that to diminish what he does on the court.
Yeah, right. So just before we move on, so predictions for the final. So what did you say?
Celtics in 6.
And who's the MVP of the series?
Tatum finals MVP. That's a big call.
I'm saying it'll be in 7, Celtics in 7, and I'm going to say Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. That'd be
he went off, didn't he, the other day? I don't know what game I was watching, but in a Heat game. But anyway, we move on to another final that was earlier this week, Champions League final.
So that game, that was a great game. So you can tell the story about what we did for the final.
So basically, it was an early morning. It was a 3 a.m. start for the Perth viewers, which you love that, because last year I was able to watch it at least at 5 a.m. because when I was living in Melbourne. But
sorry, can I just butt in here? Clay, I've got a question for you. So there's a game starting at 3 a.m. You're showing up to the place to watch it at like 2:30ish, 2:45ish to get there early, right? It did get delayed, but 3 o'clock start. Do you go to sleep early and wake up at 2:30 to then go, or do you stay up all night and then just 2:30 comes, you go?
Am I working that day? Or have I got the day?
No, today's off tomorrow.
I'm staying up.
You're staying up?
I'm staying up. I might go to the gym. Waste a bit of time, you know?
See, I thought I was weird. That's what I did. I stayed up till 2:30 till Drew picked me up. Drew went to bed.
Yeah, I had a hard game of footy, man. Just really tired from footy. Nah, I do admit, there was no point going to bed because I think it got to about 1 o'clock and I was like, oh, let's hit the hay. Put the alarm on for an hour and a half. I messaged Dill, I'm like, yeah, I'll pick you up at 2:30, head around there, like 1:45, so like, we're gonna have a few drinks as well. At our great mates Duncan's, and there's a few other boys there as well. But yeah, I think I had a monster in the fridge, and I was gonna have it after footy. I'm like, no, I gotta save it for tonight because I just need this energy drink to spike me up. It didn't help that Duncan was already smashed his face, and he kept on like just Facebook messaging me, and he started bringing me on there as well. And I think it was head down at 1.
Yeah.
1:10, I get a phone call. I'm like, what? And he's like, come now, Big Dylan. I'm like, mate, I'm asleep. And he's like, what the fuck? No, get in now. I'm like, no. And then it was like, phone down. And then I must have been an hour later, I must have been around 2 o'clock, and I get another phone call. And the alarm's got another half an hour ago. And there's no way you're going to get me up early. And the phone, I just let the phone go through. I'm like, nah, stuff this. Like, and it goes away pretty quickly.
See, and he's messaging Drew, but at this same time, he's messaging me, get Drew to come over now, he'll bring you. I'm like, he's asleep, what do you want me to do? And he's like, get him to come over now, come over.
There was nothing, like, the game is at 3 a.m, like, there's nothing to do. Like,
and what do you think of the game? So obviously it got delayed because of the fans. People were saying that it was a bit of an overstep by the French government. That I could probably, like, I don't know, I wasn't there.
So there was something wrong with the ticketing, wasn't there? Like people were randoms were getting that in or something.
So there was like those fake, apparently there was fake tickets, some people were just jumping the fence and going in.
Yeah, I heard that. And that's why it got delayed. Oh, the funniest thing is, shout out to the entertainer at the sport, was it Camilla? Yeah.
Her deleted tweet.
I don't know. I actually don't know about that too much, but all I know is, she was not happy because obviously on TV you're hearing one of her bangers, Havana, like all those ones, like we were just kind of jamming off those on the couch. To find that there's like a TikTok and it was just everyone in the Liverpool stand, like in the stands, like just screaming out chants, like you couldn't hear a fucking thing that she was singing. It was funny as.
Do you want me to read out the tweet that was uploaded and then deleted very quickly after?
This is by Camilla.
This is by Camilla herself on her Twitter account.
Yeah.
Playing back our performance, and I can't believe people were singing their team's anthem so loud during our performance. Like my team and I worked tirelessly for so long to bring the right vibes and a good show. Sorry, Camilla, nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say before the show.
Yeah, it's a bit of a. Obviously, there's lots of people that. Actually, no one there was going to see went to the games to see Camilla live. Like the game is about football, man. I don't know why getting worked up about that. You still got a bag. Shut up, you got a bag.
Oh, she actually followed it up with, I didn't see this one, but very rude, but whatever. I'm glad you guys loved it.
Yeah.
So
I think it is like very rude, if in the sense that everyone was there. Say it was like a Camilla concert and everyone's there, like that's a different story. Like everyone's there to watch the football.
And a lot of fans were. They were saying like, don't try to make this into the Super Bowl, right? Because I like the way the Super Bowl do it at halftime.
Yeah,
it is. Some of the players don't like it though because usually like the break at halftime's 15 minutes or something like that. Whereas last year, for example, it was an hour halftime break because they had like Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick, and shit before at halftime, right? So
they pushed it back.
The Super Bowl halftime like is a lot longer than any other game's halftime.
Damn.
Because they have to
love that, eh?
Yeah, and that's what players are saying. Like they cool down, they have to walk, like re-warm back up and come back in.
Stuff that.
But like a lot of the fans were saying like, exactly, like it's not Super Bowl.
Say you up like 30, like I don't know, 30 points in the Super Bowl, like that's a whole like reset button. Like if you were up, like bro, it's a whole new game now.
Yeah.
Like, we've got a lead, but still you can come out there and like smash it out. So no, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
but I do like entertainment. Like,
but I think it's going to be the right. Like, if you look at it, people don't care if it's done well. Look at Shakira in 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, and yes, it was the World Cup song, but it was the World Cup song, but people frothed it. Like, you know what I mean? And
hips don't lie.
Yeah, hips don't lie. I can't believe PK would actually cheat on Shakira. Can we just talk about this? Is breaking news.
Breaking news.
He's sleeping in a fucking apartment alone now because he cheated on everybody's dream girl.
No, as the years have gone on, she's not aged too well. But no, she is a very, very lovely lady.
But I feel like if you've like had kids with her like that, you probably just have to stick it out if she's not aging too well.
Yeah, PK is a trash defender as well.
Trash human trash defender.
Yeah, 56 pace. What are you doing, man?
Who else is a trash defender? Speaking of Champions League final.
The Italian one.
I'm thinking of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk, who's stumbling over himself, and they call him the best centre back in the world. Well, imagine if Harry Maguire had done that. Can I just say this to everyone?
But Harry Maguire.
If Harry Maguire did that in the Champions League final and it directed to a goal, people like would tear him to shreds.
Right.
I've not seen one person properly talk about Van Dijk shit defending. They talk about Trent. About how Trent let Vinicius.
No one knows it. Everyone knows that he's not a one-on-one defender.
But you should still be looking at Van Dijk and be like, if Van Dijk had properly squared up to him and was trying to guard him, they probably would have got the cross across.
I don't know. I've had devil's avocado here and say that's like one. Like obviously they got a goal from it. That's one scenario where he kind of like stuffed up. Like I don't see him doing that the whole game. Like, I still.
I get that, but
a good player.
like Harry Maguire has a good 80 minutes and then makes that one mistake in the 85th where he passes it backwards too slow or something like that.
That's what I was alluding to was Chiellini for Italy last night. Yeah, they.
Wasn't it the finalissimo last night?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it.
Finalissimo.
What was it?
Finalismo.
Finalismo.
FINALISSMO.
So the winner of the Euros and also the winner of the Copa America, I believe.
Yeah. Argentina won it. Didn't they win like 3-0 or something?
Yeah, they won 3-0. Messi.
I didn't watch the game.
No, I didn't watch it. I watched the replays, and it was pretty much just Argentina attacking the whole fucking up the sport replay, bro. They were insane. Messi could be the GOAT. Lots of people comparing Messi. Oh, everyone compares Messi and Ronaldo, but everyone's like, it's 2-2 now. They both won two big national trophies. What's your thoughts on it?
So, I have been a hard fanboy of Ronaldo, right? He's from my club. I've always said he's the GOAT. I am low-key leaning towards Messi's the GOAT now, and this is crazy. This is a crazy development to me, because this is like...
Messi's younger though.
I feel like my identity has changed. But I watched like a video, I was just like bored about that one night this week, and I was like, I'm gonna watch some Messi highlights. Yeah. I was like, I watch Ronaldo highlights because I like him, but I've never watched Messi. Watching him dribble the ball is actually insane. And I was like, Ronaldo might be a better scorer and all that, but as an all-round player, I think I'm gonna have to start leaning towards Messi.
I think it's gonna be when they both finish their career that you can definitely look at them, because I literally just grew up with them in the same era. That's what I'm happy about. Yeah. Imagine if they were different eras. But now I'm obviously that's kind of, they're both towards the end of their career. Ronaldo's probably only got a couple of years, and you say I think Messi's a little bit younger, so I think
he's only like younger by a year or so.
Yeah.
But then also you have to look at it like, Ronaldo is like 30 whatever, right? But
he's 7, I think.
Yeah, but then for example, when he was 34, his body age was that 23-year-old. So it's if anyone's gonna play into their 40s, I reckon it'll be Ronaldo.
Yeah. So Ronaldo is 37 and Messi's 34.
Oh, okay.
About to turn 35.
So I want to hear your thoughts on this. So it's a bit of a heavily dominated Champions League episode, but it's what we like.
Yeah.
So you know the UEFA Super Cup.
Yes.
The winner of the Europa League versus the winner of the Champions League goes to the Super Cup.
Chelsea won that last year. Thank
you
very much.
So this year they've added the UEFA Conference League.
Right.
So what people they don't want it. So what they want to happen is essentially the Europa League versus the winner of the Conference League, right?
Yeah.
And then the winner of that game goes to the Super Cup to versus the winner of the Champions League.
It's kind of fair.
I think that's a good way to do it. You reckon?
I think no one really cares about the Conference League. And
hey, don't be talking shit about Jose, mate. He's the only manager to ever win all European awards.
Yeah, but that's because the Conference League only started this year.
Who else would have done it if Jose didn't? He's the special one.
Yeah, true. He's a great bloke.
He's the reason why you and I are friends now.
Yeah, he won us a lot of friends.
What?
3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Jose Mourinho. Oh, was that TikTok?
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, Jose Mourinho. Good TikTok. Not many people get it, but no, I reckon. Who cares about the conference, man? I guess people in the Europa complain because imagine losing to Roma.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say I don't know. Yeah, you got to do something. I guess they would probably just do that.
And let's play a little bit of a game, right? So talking about UEFA, the trophies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So, how much do you reckon the trophies weigh? So we won't go the Conference League. Actually, we'll play a fun little game. We're going to guess the price, and we're going to guess the weight.
I'm going to solve the price.
So we're going to do the World Cup, the Europa League, and the Champions League, okay?
Can you get photos of them, at least? Or is that giving it away?
I'll bring up photos. So...
I like photos.
Yeah, so if... Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do the price and the weight of those 3 trophies. Because I was a bit surprised, honestly. So if you had to guess, you know the World Cup trophy?
Yeah.
How much do you reckon that weighs?
Judging by... Actually, that's wrong there. The World Cup trophy. The Cricket World Cup trophy? Suku trophy. Wait. I reckon it's a big boy. It's actually, if you could hold this up, I'd use it.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks That's solid gold. You wouldn't say that's be solid gold. No,
It is
solid
18 karat gold.
Yeah, right. So you've given away the price there. That's fucking expensive. Let's say that weighs 20 kilograms. That could be way off here.
Very. Okay, so what we'll do is you're going to the weight and what's the price you reckon, and then I'll say how many you got correct.
Price? Oh my god. It's a man that owns absolutely no gold jewelry at all. Let's go.
And sorry, this is as of the 30th of April 2018. Is this?
How much is that? How much is that? 6 mil. I have no idea, honestly.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so you overshot both of them like crazy. So the World Cup trophy weighs 6 kilos. I was pretty shocked by that. I didn't think it would weigh 6 kilos.
Oh, yeah, that's
there's some other, the other one that is more shocking though for me.
It was about 80,000.
It's $158,000 for the trophy,
Oh,
which is a lot of.
Good buy.
Mate, that's not even Haaland's
On
leg.
cars,
That's a piece of Haaland's hair.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the Europa League trophy. So that's the one you were looking at beforehand, where you're it's looking pretty big.
Oh, wait, that's the conference. No, is that? Yeah, I just got a photo of Jose with the.
That's half hour.
Actually, yeah. I think that's it there. Jose's head's small compared to it, so I'd say it's a big boy. I reckon it would actually weigh a little bit more. I reckon 8 kilograms.
8 kilos?
Yeah.
And how much do you reckon it costs?
Would have to be that. Like, the World Cup would have to be less. Oh no, yeah, this would be less than the World Cup. Sorry. Let's go 100k.
Okay, so a bit closer together than the last one.
That's good.
So the Europa League trophy weighs 15 kilograms.
Jesus.
The biggest surprise to me.
I said more, so.
I'm sitting here like, imagine playing a full 9 minutes of soccer and you're ready to lift the trophy and you have to like hoist 15 kilos. I guess you really didn't
I was trying to.
but
I was legit trying to work out like a dumbbell, man.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna start doing this new exercise I developed called trophy raises in the gym now, and I might grab 15 kilogram dumbbells and just up.
It's like fuck those triceps are better.
But that costs $7,275.
7,000.
Only 7k, and it's made of sterling silver.
No, I said 100k. No, that's close.
And so for the last one, I've not had a very good fun run with this one. So hopefully you get a bit more understanding of kind of what we're looking at with these ones.
Yeah.
What do you reckon of the Champions League and price and weight of that?
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna grab it up and do what it looks like. That's a very nice trophy actually for how shiny it is. Good Neymar's kissing it there. I'd say, judging by how shiny it is, you're gonna put a lot of work to get that shine. It would weigh, it'd weigh between, so I'm gonna go 12, kind of, no, 11.5 kilograms.
That 0.5 is very good from you, right?
Is it?
It was 7.5.
Oh, nice.
But if you had to give a cost for it, this is also kind of surprising to me as well. But
surprising to Dylan. So I'd say that would have to be 200k.
3k. So
I don't know.
Yeah, you're going crazy. I think the World Cup is what threw you off with that because the World Cup is super high for a trophy. But I don't
What's the World Cup again?
158k. But I guess that's every 4 years as compared to every single year.
Wait, so that's how much it's worth? Is that what you get if you win it?
Well, no, that's just like how much the trophy's like worth. Yeah.
No, that's insane. I would have never guessed.
Like, I for some reason, I never thought like actually how much like a trophy or like would
how much do you reckon
cost.
an AFL trophy or how much?
I think AFL trophy would be like 10k. It wouldn't be that. Oh wait, hold on. That's 7k. Probably 2k, like less surely.
It'd be way less. It'd be probably worth less than a Sharon. Trying to buy a Sharon, bro.
I'm pretty sure AFL gives them out for free, don't they?
What's that?
The premiership trophies. They just have too much supply.
That's true. But anyway, we move on to things that cost a lot, which is the Kid Laroi tickets. Didn't actually cost a lot.
It's going to be a nice little ending for this week's shorter show.
Yeah.
How was the Kid Laroi?
So, actually, I kind of forgot when it was. So, I got the tickets ages ago, and then I knew it was sometime in May, and it's kind of getting towards the end of May. I'm like, yeah, probably should look up when it actually is. And that's this weekend. That's nice surprise. But I'm getting terminally ill by it. Very good show. He was elite, and going by off, I'm 20, the kid's 18. He hasn't done many tours. He's done a few festivals, I know that, and he's probably been touring like the US. That's where he kind of lives now. In LA. So I was like, yeah, the kid, he might be a bit nervous. The only bad thing, so before, obviously you got the main act, you got the Kid Laroi comes out, but before was the build up, right? You want to have a few supporting acts that kind of give off good vibes. So this guy, I don't know if you know anything about this.
I felt like I saw something.
But there was a TikTok, and obviously I was going to see it live, but there was a guy by the name of Little Arts that was a supporting act. There was another guy as well, he was more of a DJ, but Little Arts was the supporting act, and what I say, he is... I feel so bad for the kid. He's probably, I think he's 16 actually.
I was going to say, I felt like I saw this TikTok.
He's 16, but bro, his music sucks, yeah. I got a song, right, and I was playing because this is actually the song that I remember him like playing. But yeah, I just found it so funny. So we'll cut that out because obviously
his copyright team is big on it.
Yeah, that's true. We're actually doing fabulous. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of
how many
his
months
music.
does he get?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that song there has a total of 3,000 views, listens. 2.2 thousand monthly listener views.
So how does he know the Kid Laroi? Because there's like he has to know the Kid Laroi from before he was famous, surely, to then be on tour.
Yeah, I'd say I think I'm pretty sure he was on like Triple J's. What do they call their like youth?
Unearthed or?
Yeah, Unearthed. I'm pretty sure it was on there. So yeah, but no, it's just because I was going back and I was way too young for when this happens. But when Eminem came to Australia, he didn't come to Perth, but in 2014 he had a tour called Rapture.
Yeah.
And this is probably my one regret is not being old enough to go and see. I was probably like year 7.
Yeah.
And not being able to go see, obviously the main person was Eminem.
Mm.
The supporting acts for that tour, there was 2 others, but the 3 notable ones that I found were like insane was Kendrick, right? Which that was like Mad City, that kind of time. J. Cole, which would have been Wet Dreams at the time. And I don't know if you like it, but 360, like one of my fucking favourites. Like Boys Like You, that time there.
Boys Like You was a banger.
So
That's
I
crazy.
missed out on
And
those.
J. Cole,
Yeah, I know, right? So those 3, I missed out. Like, imagine that supporting acts for like the Kid Laroi, bro.
Yeah.
But obviously you wouldn't see it. It's still 18, so, and it's one of his, I think it's his first like proper Aussie tour. So shout out to him. But yeah, no, it was a sick night.
I heard the concert was good. I heard his security made him leave the after party a bit early though.
Yeah, I saw that he messaged, or he put it on his like Instagram story saying heading to the Bird soon. I think the Bird was the only joint that was open in all of Perth. Like everyone, like Duncan's like, come to Magnet. I'm like, bro, we were just at Magnet trying to get picked up. No one's there. Like, it's closed, bro. What did you hear?
So what I'd heard was. So Kid Laroi pulls up to the Bird, and so he gets in there. He goes to like a little stage part, and then apparently after like 5 minutes or something like that, he dips, right?
Yeah.
But then apparently it wasn't just because he wanted to dip, but apparently it was too busy in the venue, so security was like, "This is too fucked. Like we have to leave."
Yeah, I'm not surprised because knowing Perth, they just would fuck it up. Like,
we Straight X had Kid Laroi, like a Kid Laroi and they shut down like the entire block basically.
That is true, yeah. So I think the one thing it was underestimating like the Perth like people, I guess.
Well, there's nothing to do with Perth. So as soon as the one thing happens, everyone is there.
And so many. There's actually so many. I felt so old. There were so many kids there with their moms.
Really?
Not like there wasn't heaps. Like there was like obviously the main demographics were like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
I'd say, and then a few anomalies.
Some sweet listening stuff.
Yeah, it was a good start. Also, there was like a DJ before, and he was like just playing like Juice WRLD songs. So it was like really good. But I had like some chick right next to us. Or I'd say maybe 5 minutes behind us, kind of in that direction, and she was screaming the lyrics, so like Lucid Dreams, just like screaming it. I'm like, bro, if I
barely screaming the lyrics.
She was just screaming, and I haven't been to a concert in ages, so I was like, fuck, am I gonna be able to can I hear her screaming like Kid Laroi lyrics? Obviously, when it's so loud, like you don't care.
Yeah.
But I was a bit worried. And then there's another guy.
Imagine you had all that money for Kid Laroi tickets and you can just hear the girl screaming.
Yeah. So and then also we were in seats obviously. So we went in GA. So we pretty much sat down the whole time, other than towards the end, everyone kind of started standing up because this is final song. He played Stay.
Yeah.
But there was one guy.
So were you sitting most of the concert?
Yeah, so we were like, we were just chilling, sitting, which is good, like,
Yeah.
I'll come here, standing up.
No, I reckon that's definitely going to be me when Tyler comes.
Yeah, and so I was looking down, and like, obviously we're looking at Kid Laroi the whole time, and you kind of see this guy, and I don't know what he was on like something, but it was just there with his girlfriend, just going like this the whole time, like, not even joking, the whole time, he was standing up. Poor people right behind him that would have had to like kind of look around him the whole time, but he was just like there with his girlfriend like just jamming on to all the
I guess you go to a concert, you kind of expect it.
Go to the general admission.
What if the general admission tickets were a thing?
Huh?
What if the general admission tickets were sold out?
They weren't, because I could.
Oh, they don't sell out.
Yeah, the day before you could still get it. Yeah.
I didn't know. I probably would have even got a ticket if I realised.
No, so yeah, he was just fucking there with me, so just having a great time standing there. I felt so like if I was a guy in front of like me where I was sitting, I'll just be like, hey mate, I think it's time to sit down, mate. You're staying up for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But before we go, I've got one little thing. So I don't know if it's just me, but when was the last concert that you went to? Has it been a while?
I went to Avicii in 2014, and that's the one and only concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if it's just a me thing. I've been to a couple, and what I do is after they've got like this, I think they call it set list. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but this is great. TikTok. So is anyone else out there, after they go see a concert, do they get the exact same set list and make it into a Spotify playlist and then play it back, like, and just have good memories? So obviously the artists choose like these like the set, right? And so I'll label it like Kid Laroi 22 and then like put a little asterisk or whatever thing they call it there, and then I'll go back and just play through the list.
I'll do that. That's actually a sick idea.
Because like obviously it's not in the order of the actual album. They do bring out an album. But yeah, I did that to the other two people. I went to go see The Boss, Bruce Springsteen. Great album.
Such a new concert to go to as well.
That was sick. He's like, "Drew, we'll go." Like, yeah, why not? And then Taylor Swift, the other one. So I did her whole like list, and I've put it in the player. So is that something that you guys do?
It's not something I do. Yes and no. Like for example, like if I listen to Let's Know the Better by Tame Impala, like I've told you this before, like instantly straight back to like Snack, like that festival, right?
Yeah.
Like that is like straight away, and that's all I can do when I listen to it. And and it's getting like I was thinking about this, like it is crazy how much like just like a smell or like some form of like one of your senses, like it just brings back all those memories from that thing.
Yeah. I think it's
if you're the girl from Snack, please call me back.
But one of the regrets I did have. What?
Sorry. I'll tell you after.
No, it's
yeah, I do miss her a lot.
Does she? No, you
Fuck,
do.
no, I don't. No, I don't.
When you got the 29-year-old.
She was bad though.
We love mothers out there.
I was saying this. I love mothers, bro.
What's that? Oh yeah. The Tame Impala, Kevin Parker, when he came, Snack, and we left.
Wait, what?
Because you met him, didn't you? I left.
Yeah, you were there. Me and Todd, yeah.
Me and Jimmy left a little bit early, and then apparently he comes around and he's in the bloody.
I don't know how legit that was or not, but everyone reckons it was. Yeah, but like, afterwards I was second guessing myself because I was like,
believe it.
Well, for the people at home, so Snack this festival, right? Kevin Parker, he wasn't playing. He wasn't doing Tame Impala. It was Kevin Parker doing the DJ set, right? And he was like he was the second last act. Fucking, he went off. Like, it was the best. It was the best performance I've ever seen.
It was better than the actual. Like,
it was better. It was better than the main event, 100%. Right? He had everyone singing "Blessed Over the Better." She was fucking elite. And anyway, so the main event's happening, and there's this guy in the crowd, and I look at him and I'm like, "Fuck, that looks a lot like Tame Impala." So then I go up to him and I'm like, yeah, because people make jokes or like, you know, I make jokes all the time, or you like Tame Impala shit. So I go up to him, I'm like, bro, you look like Tame Impala the most of anyone I've ever seen. And he looks at me and he goes, shh. And I was like, what? And he goes, nice to meet you. And I was like, the fuck? And then I'm like, can I get a photo? So I get a photo.
So was he there with anyone?
Like, well, I wasn't paying attention.
I feel like if you're big, I guess he's from Perth and he's a little bit older, so I feel like people wouldn't jump on you.
He put on different clothes to what he was wearing on stage.
Yeah.
And I was so I got a photo with him, like me, this girl, and him. Yeah. And then afterwards, like, and some guy's like, oh my god, it's him. Like, he told us to be quiet, and then the guy started taking a photo, and then he's like, oh my god, it's him. It was a packed fucking thing. You couldn't really tell that guy right next to us. So he started yelling out, and I like put my hand over his mouth. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. But anyway, after he says that, people start looking and then start coming over towards more and more, right? And like Todd was lucky, he got a photo like with him, but then like Todd got a photo and then he like dipped into the crowd. I didn't see him. Like I didn't see where he went, but he went towards like the front part. So it was like it makes sense if he was coming back, right? Yeah. But so anyway, after snack we go back to the kick-ons and our mate's there, and apparently because like Tame Impala's from Perth, apparently this mate, his sister and Tame Impala used to like hang around a bit, right? Like because his sister's a singer. So she like does festivals and shit like that. Yeah. And apparently, like, so I met this kick-ons and I was like, I think I met him, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I did because it seems like it should. Like, I
had a few drinks that night.
So I was a lot more than just drinks that night. So I was like, I could be picturing this. So I get there and I'm talking to him about it, and he goes, no, you probably did. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, no, he always goes into crowds after his concert. And I was like, what do you mean always? He's like, well, like my sister like says that a lot of time after his shows, like he'll go catch the last gig or whatever. And I was like, fuck, did I actually meet him? Still to this day, I don't know if I did, but I'm a claim.
You can do some ID, get a photo up and put it in the ID, person, because I was.
I'm going to take that I met Tame Impala. It's probably the best moment of my life. Yeah.
But it's really happened if you grab it, bro? You put it on the ground?
Oh, I didn't grab it because I'm that fucking girl. I didn't want to give her free clout. A stick. I'm just going to stick her and just put an emoji over her.
Is it one of those ones that you can kind of cut?
No, so because the way the picture is, so it's me and him, like arm like that, and she's in front of me. Oh no! So like you can't really like cut her out.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. There's some Photoshop skills, and you can now.
I'm gonna take a photo of myself like this, and just Photoshop my body on top of hers. But look, I think this week we want to do a bit of a shorter episode. We're still hitting that 50-minute mark, but I guess I'll just set it down probably about 45. But another episode of 2Ds on a Pod. Thanks for tuning in this week, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok, so we're starting to get a bit more active on there. Yeah, definitely. TikTok's going to go off back in the next couple of weeks. But I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you later. Catch us.